Hey y'all, my name is Taylor. If you've never met me in real life before, I put out new videos every single Monday and Friday, so go ahead and subscribe so you can follow along on my journey. Today I'm going to be talking about why diets don't work, why they don't work. This is something that I have struggled with like my whole life up until recently. It's something I've seen my friends and family struggle with, and I see people starting these diets. I mean, how many diets have come in and out of style? We've had Atkins, you've had Bisalis, now there's keto, Weight Watchers. Everything's just in and out, and it should put out a message to society that if these diets are constantly circling like this, they're not maintainable. There's a reason why they don't stand the test of time with longevity, and everyone hears that the best way to get healthy is to eat right and exercise, but no one wants to do that. So I did gather some statistics in preparation of this video, and I will link down below to the article in which I found these statistics. So the first one is that 95% of diets fail. And that is because 95% of people who try diets gain that weight back in 1 to 5 years. Y'all! To me, that is just mind-boggling. 95%? You would think it would cue us that we're doing something wrong. That jumping on low carb needs to stop, or jumping on high protein needs to stop, or restricting calories and counting your points on Weight Watchers needs to stop. Yes, absolutely, you can see success. Is that success still going to be there? Do you feel like that's something you can maintain? And that is something that I always advocate to all of my friends, because I'm 23 years old. A lot of my friends are working on their bodies, wanting to do something, and I always say, is this a diet you can maintain for the rest of your life? If you are not willing to eat this way for years and years to come, all that weight is going to come back. So yes, you can like deprive yourself of sugars or carbs or whatever, but it's going to come back once you reintroduce those things, because the likelihood of you never having any sugar again is just ridiculous. Another reason I think that diets don't work is that we too often look at specific foods instead of food groups. So, for example, we say, I don't need to eat any bread, pasta, or rice. You need carbs. Your body needs carbs. And this idea that we've demonized carbs, that's a whole nother video, the fact that we've demonized carbs. But people say, I can only have these 3 sources of protein, or I can only have these 3 sources of carbs, or I can only have these few vegetables or these few fruits. The moment that you start saying that you can't have berries because they're not really keto approved all the way, or the moment you start saying you can't have certain carbs because it's not right, there's an issue. You need all of these food groups, and I think we're so focused on these certain foods within that we get all out of sorts. Focus on the food groups and eat the most healthy option. And by the way, pasta can be healthy, and vegetables and fruits, there should be no reason to cut out any fruit or vegetable unless you are allergic, unless it is inflammatory to your body, or unless it does something like that. Do not follow a diet that says you shouldn't eat things that are natural from the earth. I always say that the moment I can't have an avocado or a banana is just like the day I give up. Because there's no reason that I shouldn't have an avocado or a banana. Should I have 18 avocados in one day? No. But there are so many diets out there that restrict what you can eat, and it's just honestly ridiculous. Look at your macronutrients and hit those. Don't get so caught up in the actual pieces of that. So protein, what kind of protein sources do you like? Obviously, my shirt says herbivore. I'm a vegetarian, so my protein sources do not include meat. People like to get all up in arms about that, but I'm hitting my protein. I'm hitting that macronutrient. We do not need meat. We need protein. That's all I'm going to say there. And then you have carbs. How are you going to get the most healthy carbs in your diet? And so on and so forth. And what happens often with these diets is that they're so focused on these macronutrients, which, yes, you do need to focus on. There's a reason that they are the macronutrients. But in doing that, you're depriving your body of all of these micronutrients that you also need. And a lot of these micronutrients people don't even know exist. And when you follow these very strict diets and guidelines, you miss all of these amazing vitamins and minerals that your body needs to function. Especially as women, we need additional stuff in our diet because of all the hormones that we have going on, because of our menstrual cycle, and we release things because we are able to bear children. And so do not focus so much on those 3 macronutrients, fat, carbs, and protein, that you neglect all these other micronutrients that you also need to hit. Are you going to hit every single one every day? Absolutely not. But it is nice to kind of see what's going on. In that study I looked at, it said that 75% of women endorse unhealthy thoughts, feelings, and behaviors towards food and their bodies. And I think so much of that has to do with this calorie restriction that we like to place on everybody. Count your calories. Look at how many calories is in this. Calories are not everything. They're not. They're just simply not everything. And this idea that women should be eating at 1,200 calories is ridiculous. Like, honestly, come at me about that, because this gets me so fired up. Your body needs more than 1,200 calories a day to survive. It does. Like, your body is burning nearly that amount just in walking around, going to work. Like, just in your daily activities, you have to eat more than 1,200 calories. Yes, if you restrict yourself to 1,200 calories, you're gonna lose weight, promise. And I've done it. Like, I am preaching to the choir. I have tried a lot of these diets, and I've seen that they don't work. I've seen my weight yo-yo back and forth, back and forth. I felt good about myself, and then I felt really bad about myself. And that's why I get so fired up about this, because I still see people stuck in this cycle. Because I'm so fresh out of school and everything, this is something that really hit close to home with me, and that is that 91% of women did try to control their weight through dieting while in college. And 22% of those women dieted often or always. Y'all, and this just hurts my heart, because I used to sit at in the caf with a group of girls, and we would all talk about our weight and our diet and what we were doing, and it was just like normal conversation. And obviously the statistics show that, because 91% of girls do that in college. We were not the only table having that conversation. And I just think that those are conversations that shouldn't be happening all the time. And then the 22% of women that are often or always on a diet, again, that's something I've seen. I've had roommates that are literally on a different diet all the time. And it's just heartbreaking, because they're trying to see results, and then they get so motivated, and then they crash and they slip up, and then they feel bad. And I'm like, you should not feel bad for having a night when you have some ice cream. Everything in moderation. And I know that that's something that we all hear, but literally it's okay to eat something unhealthy. But when you're on a diet that tells you you must eat cauliflower pizza only, don't ever do anything else, internalize a lot of regret and shame and all of that stuff that's just so unnecessary. It is okay to go out and eat something that you normally wouldn't eat. It's not going to kill you to have a night out with your friends and enjoy what you're eating. Do I think when you go out to eat, you should just go hog wild and like order an appetizer and 2 entrees and a dessert and 3 alcoholic beverages? No. Like, be reasonable, but like, get the entree that you want. You don't have to let the whole table know that you're dieting and da-da-da-da-da-da. Another very shocking statistic is that 35% of occasional dieters develop into pathological dieting, otherwise known as like disordered eating processes, and as many as 25% of that advance into full-blown eating disorders. You know, I've seen friends struggle with eating disorders. It's not pretty. This next one is really shocking, because I know children this age, I work with children this age, and that's that almost half of 1st to 3rd graders want to be thinner. And nearly half of 9 to 10-year-olds are dieting already. Like, y'all, we are passing this mentality onto this younger generation. This mentality that you always need to be thinner, that you need to be dieting, that you need to be working on your weight. And why are we starting this weight yo-yo cycle with 1st to 3rd graders? It's just mind-boggling. And I'm not saying that if you're obese or you're overweight or you have something that you shouldn't try to control that, because absolutely for your health you should, but you need to get it under control and not just keep doing like this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Which, again, I don't want anyone to think like I'm attacking them or anything, because I've been there. I have been extremely overweight. I have lost 20 pounds, gained 20 pounds. Like, I have done that. But I've come out from the other side, and I really want you guys to do the same as well. Fads are not sustainable. Fad diets are not sustainable. I am so sorry, but you have got to eat healthy and exercise. That is the best way to lose weight and maintain it. And if you fall off of that bandwagon just altogether, your body's gonna fall with it. But you can't have a dinner out. Like, you can have a dinner out and not eat like lettuce and tomato and let everyone know that you're only eating lettuce and tomato. My advice when trying to lose weight, because I know that some people need to lose weight, I was at that place. I was 194 pounds. I needed to lose weight. So I understand that sometimes you have to do something. You have to make a change. It's to find something that's sustainable. Eat in a way that you think you can always eat. Don't jump in head first. Do little things here and there. And I can do a whole nother video about how I lost 50 pounds because I think it could be really helpful for you guys. And then the last point that I kind of want to end in, because I think that some people are going to get their feelings hurt just based on the sweatshirt that I have on, but I really don't think it's true that we all have to eat the same way. So there are vegans, there are vegetarians, there are pescatarians, there are people who have the standard American diet. There are people who are, you know, high carb, like there's all different kinds of stuff. There are many different reasons as to why people do different diets. We all need different things in our bodies. Everyone has different chemical makeup, and they need different things to thrive and survive. I do think there are like core things that everyone needs, you know, fruits, vegetables, the carbs, protein, fat, but how you get those is there's some room for wiggle room. You know, I don't think you just need to be eating bacon all day, because I think anyone could agree that that's not healthy, even if that is something you choose to partake in. But I truly don't think that there is one diet that fits all. I have seen vegans who have to have a little bit of this or that is not vegan because of disorders in their body, because of inflammation, or because of something else. I have seen people who have went from the standard American diet to a vegetarian or a vegan diet because of something going on in their body, and that helped clear it up. I have seen people who thrive on a very carb-based diet. I have seen people who thrive on a very fat-based diet. We all need a little bit of different things, so let's just kind of separate ourselves and realize that everyone's trying to do the best that they can. I just think that when you're deciding what the best is for you, you need to do more research than what Facebook tells you, and you need to do more research than so-and-so did this diet and she lost 40 pounds in 3 weeks. Okay, well, so-and-so is probably going to gain 40 pounds back, just to let you know. Okay, so the point is, I don't think that there's one diet that everyone needs to be on. For me, I eat a vegetarian diet, and it really works for me. I find it to be very easy and sustainable and healthy. But I understand that that is not a diet meant for everyone. I really do think that everyone's body needs a little bit of something different. We all have different things and different needs, medical conditions, lifestyles, etc. And so let's not shame each other for doing the best that we can, but do know that just jumping on Weight Watchers for a month and then getting off isn't going to work. Or drinking your food for 3 weeks isn't going to work long term, unless you plan on always drinking your food. I mean, if you want to drink your food for the rest of your life, go for it. I think the best way that we can eat is in intuitive eating, and I can do a whole video on intuitive eating and how I make it work for me. So, moral of the story, diets don't work. and just do your best, girlfriend. If you need to lose weight, do an actual diet, a lifestyle, eat something right. So anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for today, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and leave me a like and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on any of my new content. I will see y'all later. Bye.